Hey guys, Richard Holdner here, and welcome to the channel. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff. But the most important thing, I found a new project car. Let's take a look. Ta-da! It even says Shelby. Okay guys, now I know what you're thinking. Richard, you do not need another project car. You haven't done anything on the Nova. You haven't finished any of the motors you're supposed to run. You've still got the Barra, the Ameribarra, the Slant 6. You got all kinds of stuff you haven't even finished. But look, it's a Dodge Omni GLH Turbo. And I know it's not a GLHS, but it's the next best thing. And besides, this one is a lot faster than a factory GLHS because it has mods. We're going to go over all those mods. Let's take a look. 1985 Dodge Omni GLH walk around, the new project car. Yeah, that's right, cross-drilled. Man, that paint is mint. Front mount! Yeah, louvers, baby. Okay, the paint on the hood and the roof is a little faded, but I'll tell you what gives me hope. A little bit of rubbing compound. We're able to bring at least a little bit of it back. Maybe we can make this baby shine. So rather than start out under the hood, which is probably my favorite place, we're going to take a look inside because the interior is actually very, very nice. We're going to do a little bit of cleaning. You know, carpet's nice. Need some better lighting, though. We are missing the center console, but the owner has found it, so I'll be able to put that in. Dash is actually in good shape. Door panels are nice. Do a little cleaning, get the grease off of there. Hey, greasy hands, man. That's what it's all about. Take a look in the back seats. This is all nice too. This panel's missing, but we have it, so we can put that back in. Again, I can't really see. The carpets are good. Got a little stain there we got to fix. Back seats are nice, though. Headliner's all good. Visors. So this thing's actually very nice inside. Got the parcel tray back there. Has a spare tire and all that. That's kind of nice. So, I'll show you one thing that's also in the interior. We've got a Z-Tronics wideband air fuel display. Obviously it's not on right now, but that will give us an idea what's going on while we're driving the car, while things under boost. But the best thing about this car is under the hood, so let's pop the hood. Take a walk out over here. Get our prop rod going. So the first thing you'll notice, yes, it says Shelby on it. It has the very cool Shelby valve cover. I'm told that that's very valuable. It looks awesome and obviously stands out. So that's a cool little upgrade on this thing. But let's talk about the motor and all the different cool stuff. Underneath the fancy Shelby valve cover is actually a 2.5 liter equipped with a 782 head, so it has a fast burn head on it. I'm not sure what year motor this is, and the owner wasn't sure either, but he did do some upgrades to it. The motor, I'm told, is a low mileage motor, but we think it might have a bad piston, probably broke a ring gland, because we probably didn't do ring gap before running lots and lots of boost on it. But there are some upgrades on it, so let's check them out. First of all, T2 intake manifold. This is a two-piece manifold. The other thing that's cool about the manifold is he's got a phenolic spacer between the upper and lower portions of the manifold. You can see it's got an adjustable fuel pressure regulator. This one's from AccuFab. It does have plus 30 or plus 40 injectors. He wasn't sure. He knew that they were bigger. And to go along with that, we have a modified computer as well, helping that out to feed those injectors. And the extra boost on this thing is an upgraded fuel pump. The T2 has also been, the intake manifold has also been massaged. We've got a bigger throttle body on this. I'm pretty sure that this is from the V6. Take a look at what else is going on here. Obviously we've got a big tube and something other than the factory T2 intercooler. I'm going to show you a photo of what the T2 intercooler looks like, but in place of that is this. So this thing was upgraded at some time in its life with a big front mount intercooler, no doubt because of the high boost levels. But that's very cool. So we got plenty of cooling there. We got some really cool stuff to do on the engine dyno, because I'm going to have to take all this stuff off. We're going to have to go back to stock, which won't be a big deal because I have another stock motor that we can put in here. But this one's definitely been upgraded. We'll take a look underneath because this thing also has an upgraded turbo. Now it's not the Super 60. It's some other turbo upgrade, capable obviously of making lots of boost. But we'll take a look. It's also got a 3-inch swing valve and a complete 3-inch exhaust. You can take a look here. I took some video of it. All the way back, even out to a 3-inch muffler, full 3-inch exhaust, so that should really help the turbo spool up. Because they were running so much boost at one time, this thing is also equipped with a 3-bar map sensor. Nice little addition. I'm sure somewhere there is a Granger or some other kind of manual boost controller. I just haven't found it yet. I'm sure it's around somewhere. We'll figure that out. But take a look here. We've also got Coney shocks and adjustable coilovers. Now these aren't even the Coneys that came from the original GLHS. These are actually aftermarket Coney, so it's kind of cool. You can see it also had strut braces, but because it was interfering with the hose on the big throttle body, which we're going to address, that's not on there right now, but we can put that back. Also, take a look down here. Got cross-drilled disc brakes in the front and aftermarket wheels. So let me know, I'm going to show you a picture here. What wheels should we run? Should we keep these on there so that we can see the brakes? Or should we put, I got a set of factory replacement wheels that we can also put on there. Either way, I'm going to put new tires on it. But take a look back here, in addition to the cross-drilled rotors in the front, this thing also has a rear disc upgrade. Now my question now is, it's been sitting for a while, there's a lot of surface rust on it. I'm wondering if the brakes will take it off or if we'll have to take those off and maybe have a skim cut on them. We'll see. So we've got the thing up on the lift and there's some interesting things underneath. This thing from sitting had a ton of spider webs on it, so I show you, I used the Shrek cotton candy method, that's what I'm calling it, of getting all the cobwebs off. What we do is you can use a bottle brush or a stick, and when you start twirling all the spider webs, as shown here, and nothing grabs onto spider webs better than other spider webs, as I found out. So twirling these around and building all that stuff up, you can reach up with a bottle brush or a stick. You can reach it up into areas that are dark and where the spiders might be hiding and get all that stuff out. The other thing I wanted to show you, if you take a look at the control arms, you can see they've been box welded. I remember doing this to my 5-liter Mustang back in the day. To the rear control arms, you can see here too. Got the factory front sway bar on it. So in addition to the 3-inch exhaust, you can see we still got a few spider webs up there. We have a custom exhaust manifold, which I think is from Turbos Unleashed. I hope I'm right. If not, I'll make sure and make a revision in the description. Also, we have the turbo upgrade. Big turbo, big boost. The other thing cool about having a 2.5 with an oversized turbo and a big front mounted intercooler on it is this thing came equipped with a 528 trans and a limited slip, and also, you know, a beefed up heavy duty clutch. He's not sure exactly which one it is, but it was enough clutch to handle the power output that he was running with this combination, so it should work out pretty well. I like the trans upgrade. That's important for these things. I mean, I don't plan on doing a lot of drag racing with it, but it's nice to have the beefy transmission up in here. So a couple of pieces are also on loan with this car, things I can use to test. This is a one-piece intake manifold. We have the two-piece on the vehicle right now, which we can take off and use. And then I have the factory 1984 from the 600, the log style, so we can compare all the different manifolds and find out which one works best. So here are two things I want you to take a look at. One, this is an intercooler, a T2 intercooler, supplied by the previous owner of the car. He said I could use it for my testing, which is awesome. Thank you, John. Here's something that I like. Okay, this was obviously stored for a long time. It's very dusty, but two cool things. One, he filled these so nothing would get in. Also, he wrapped this so no damage would come to the core. And the final thing is, he labeled it because the intercoolers are different on the Daytona than they are on the Omni. Now we're gonna go ahead and try it. If we're gonna run on the engine dyno, it doesn't make any difference anyway. But, so we have this to try and find out how well the factory core does. You might have also noticed on this table, Wiseco forged pistons. Let's see, can you see that part number? There we go. So for a 2.5 dish piston, they give the bore and everything. Let's take a look at them. You can see the valve reliefs, big dish, low compression, forged piston, plenty of strength, skirt. So I have these, and we can upgrade that 2.5 if we find out that one of those pistons is bad. One of the things we'll want to check, obviously, is we're definitely going to want to check and see what the piston to wall clearance is. And while we have it apart, I would like to also, which is what makes me think I want to take it out of the car, because if we're going to take this thing apart and put these forged pistons in it, we might as well take that opportunity. It already has Cometic head gaskets on it, so we'll want to put, if it doesn't already have ARP head studs in it. But the thing I want to do that I know is not done for that particular motor is it has Cometic MLS head gaskets on it, but what we'll want to do is make sure that we surface the head and deck the block and give it the surface finish that's really going to work with that Cometic head gasket. Okay guys, what did we learn besides Richard got a new project and maybe he shouldn't have, but hey look, I did need a new project because this one is awesome. I've always wanted a GLH turbo and now I have one. But we've talked about all the great things that this thing has and all the potential. Let's talk about the other side of the coin. Projects are never perfect, and this is a perfect example of not being perfect. What's wrong with this car? Well, the first thing is it's not a GLHS, which it would be awesome if it was, but I don't really need that. The next thing is this particular motor, as much as I like it and as much as I think it's awesome, it's also probably hurt. We think it might have at least one bad piston, a little too much boost and not enough gap. You know, it's always like that. But I digress. We can take this thing out. Even if I have to replace it with a completely bone stock one and drive it around, I still have this motor to play with. We have the Wiseco pistons. The cool thing is I can take a look at a comparison between a 2.2 and a 2.5, which is very cool. I can also do lots of other comparisons. We have the one-piece intake and the two-piece intake and the log-style intake. I've got different exhaust manifolds, different downpipes. I've got all kinds of cool stuff. We've got stock T2 intercoolers. We've got big front mounts. We've got air to water. We've got E85. We've got so much stuff to test, and having a 2.5 and a 2.2 makes it even better. I'm Richard Holder. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Definitely ring that bell. I'll keep testing.